we are going to classify the costs. Of course, we're going to detail that in the due course. And also within the section 9, 10% of the syllabus, is talked about the introduction to the management accounting. As I already said to you, is all about the internal use by the business. For example, one of my friends is starting up his business, and his business is not that successful because he reward his internal staff based upon the external retained earnings within the financial reporting. So this means that, for example, his business is made $10 worth of profit, and the boss number A has owned 70% of shares in that company. The staff will own 30% of shares of the company. So he's going to reward his staff based upon the 30% times the $10 worth of profit. Is going to give them how much? $3, yeah, to those staff. But the staff will not satisfy if the boss number A has spent quite a lot of his expenditure during this year. For example, the boss number A has spent the expenditure in buying a very, very nice table, but that cost me quite a lot of money. But if we were to use that result to reward our staff using a financial reporting to do that, of course, that's not fair for those staff, because 30% of shares we cannot get control, so that of course we will never satisfy about this expensive table. So that what the management account is going to do is to try to adjust this particular situation with making some of the adjustments. For example, we're going to reward you with $3 as we just mentioned, but we're going to plus the expenditures that we've spent, but that is not controlled by yourself. Of course, we're going to reward you with that particular amount. So that's what I mean by management accounting. It's very, very important for the business. So not only for that, but also you need to look at the section D, is where we're going to account for the control systems. What do I mean by here is that we are mainly focusing on the budgeted financial statements. So I don't know about you, but within a company we've got two sets of accounts. So one set of accounts is called the financial accounting, which is for external investors to use, but one of them is called the internal financial statements, which is used by the business. So the internal financial statements, we don't have to prepare for it under the IFRS, for example, but it's based upon our tradition as well as our habits to do that. So how we're going to prepare the budgeted financial statement will be included into the section D. Also, within the section E is where we're going to make our decisions. How we're going to make our decisions, for example, we're going to set up the pricing decision, how much we're going to charge our customer, and how we're going to make our decision under the marginal costing system, for example, whether or not we should continue with this project or we should discontinue with this project. Either we should buy this product from the outside or we're going to make it on our own. It's entirely up to the costs as well as the benefit analysis. Of course, those will be detailed in the syllabus. So that's what the syllabus is all about. And let's move on to the second part of this video, is where we're going to look at how the CIMA CO1 examiner is going to test you about. So you're given 2 hours to do this particular exam with 50 questions in there. So the 50 questions will include, for example, multiple choice questions A, B, C and D. You're going to choose one of them, or maybe you're going to choose 2 of them. It's entirely up to the question. Of course, you're given some of the numbers in this question where you have to input some of the numbers in there. Also yes or no type of questions as well. So those will be tested here. And all of these questions are compulsory. This means you have to do all of these questions in order to pass this exam. The assessment for the CIMA CO1 is that a minimum of 50 marks would mean that you can pass this exam. So for example, you've got 49 marks, you failed the exam. You've got 51, you passed it. You've got 70, congratulations, that's really a good job. So that's how the CIMA CO1 is assessed. The third part of this video is we're going to look at